This book is called Chance, the Hidden Lord, The Amazing Scroll of Esther by Friedrich Weinreb. And let me preface my preface before I preface his, which is I apologize for any mispronunciations and probably tripping over some words. But here we go. Preface. Esther in Hebrew means I shall hide myself. According to ancient lore, it means God hiding in the world's perceptibility. God's hiding is supposed to be the consequence of a definite, purposive interest on the part of man. A God in hiding is ere long called a slumbering God, or at least a God who does not directly interfere with the world. And in the end, people come to think God does not exist at all. For they can conduct the world's affairs without regard to God. They can manage things very well by themselves. Results in the field of science and technology seem to justify this attitude and this interest. Yet, this very attitude to life has brought with it unprecedented pessimism, profound apathy, a dismal sense of doom, together with symptoms of egoism, brutality, moral turpitude. In those circles where the Bible is not merely regarded as a production of ancient history, but where the fundamental structure of man and of mankind is still recognized in the Bible, the aspect stated above is known. For it is known to them what part it forms of a far greater totality. It is a fundamental structure, which the Bible proves to contain as something miraculous. The prodigies of nature, which determines the exterior in this world, appear to be accompanied by miracles of the word which find their expression in man and in mankind. In my introductory book, Roots of the Bible, I have made an attempt to give an exposition of this matter, pointing out especially the serious and accountable way in which this rediscovery within the Word can take the place of universally humane values. This is of inestimable significance in these times. From the immense mass of material in this field, I have selected the story of Esther as subject for an initial publication subsequent to above-mentioned introduction. It might, for that matter, have been any other part of the great body of the Bible. Owing to the specific character of the Word and the structure of the Bible, the stories, one and all, have equal actuality and universal significance. Let us say it was coincidence which led to the choice of Esther as an initial subject. We shall notice by and by that the story of Esther sheds a peculiar light in the phenomenon called coincidence. This book can be read without any difficulty, even though one has not studied the book introducing this special approach. After perusal of this book, however, the reader will be eager to get acquainted with the introductory reflections, for they certainly are fascinating. It is advisable first to read the story of Esther as it occurs in the Bible, and then keep it at hand when reading this book. It is in fact a good thing to have the Bible ready at hand, even though, as it often happens, one is not well versed in it. Do not get upset if you should have no mastery of Hebrew. Precaution has been taken that everybody will be able to read this book without any difficulty. On behalf of those acquainted with Hebrew, the Hebrew words have been rendered in transcription. In doing so, I have attempted to proceed along consistent lines, which implies that you should be pronounced as U or G as G in great, or Cha as Ka in the Scottish loch. For those that are particularly interested in this study, an index with sources of information has been added at the end of the book. As already stated in the preface to Roots of the Bible, this approach is based on ancient, often on very ancient sources. One should, however, learn to revalue them. They are not merely nice or instructive little stories, or useful and interesting information on customs of living. One will also learn about the motive for the choice of the specific terminology. In order not to interrupt people's reading with footnotes, I have added notes, information concerning sources, etc. at the end of the book with reference to the page and the subject in question. They are of particular importance to those who desire to dive deep into the matter. One can eventually consult that part of the book in the course of reading. The most important sources for this book are found in the Midrash Esther Rabbah, in the tract of Megillah of the Talmud Bavli, and the Targum Shani on Esther. A more extensive bibliography encompassing the entire field of ancient lore will be found in Roots of the Bible. Generally speaking, I have not referred to any sources more recent than those of the late Middle Ages. The same is in my introductory book. Antwerp, January 1967, F. Weinreb.